Hey everybody, what is happening? H back with some more Madden 17 Ultimate Team content. Wanted to get in a little bit of practice mode for the nickel 335Y just to give an easier look over from the video I did yesterday explaining the base of the defense we're running here. So I kind of wanted to show it this way. That way it's kind of easier when it's you can just sit there and look at the diagrams for a bit. So we'll start it off. I guess just a couple different offenses, whatever. It shouldn't matter. We run the 3 Sam Will Blitz here. And then again, for what they're doing, it's not really going to matter here. It's more about showing the setup of what I'm doing. So again, typically what you saw me doing was in base aligning, and I was grabbing, Weddle. You don't always need to base align, but that's pretty much what I do just to play it safe. Depending on what their alignment is going to be, you can be affected on what you have. So at the snap, right when it comes out, from the play starts, that's what I do. I baseline and I grab him. And what we're doing is we're just basically changing the angles, the concept of that. So if you are hitting Y, on your own player, it's easy. I just hit the A button and then down on the right stick. That Blitz is the guy that I'm on right there. And then, if you're in a hurry, this was the way I was showing it. Then I would come out and say Doom Reveal, and I could put him in anything I wanted, whatever it would be. If I wanted to man hip up, or if I just wanted to put him on a, on even a zone, light zone, blue zone, yellow zone, anything basically you want, you can do on in that motion. So, and sometimes I would even user up him, and that would just be the play. Depending on what they're going to do, you're going to have pressure on that. Only 4-man doing it that way, so that's kind of nice. So. But otherwise, again, if I took him, just put him on, say, his flat over there, you come in and then you can use you can set it up like that. If you don't have a lot of time, that's the fast setup. You can, like I say, you get the linebacker, whatever you want out of that, and it's going to get a lot more pressure because of the angles you're coming at, even if you bring him down even a little bit wider. Now, as you get used to doing this, you're gonna, you're gonna want to set up both sides. Ideally, what you want to do is when you come down, you grab him, you go to the line. I'll normally come in. You can just sit on him. You don't even have to go to the middle guy because it doesn't matter. I like to play. It doesn't matter who I user in the sense. I can user out here and be effective. User in the middle be effective. So to save time, what you want to do is make the first move, put him on a blitz, put him on his zone that you want, whatever, and then just hit Y. This is all Xbox, so you triangle guys, have at it, and then you're just gonna take him and blitz him, and then I hit RB, R1, whatever you guys are, bumper, whatever, and then X out there, and again put him on a quick flat or whatever, a purple, and there I got that. Now again, if you have time at that point, because really when you get used to doing this, it doesn't take too much time unless someone's quick hiking. If they're quick hiking, you'll only get the right side of the field set up, what you're looking at here, but this in itself. Changes the angles enough to where you get pressure out there, and again, you don't, if you can, you're only going to have out there what you got you got the 5 guys in. Now, the ultimate thing here, I'm only going to show this. I don't really run this very often, but if you get good at doing this, and the guy is somebody who makes a lot of adjustments, it takes a while to hike. If you couldn't get the full adjustment in, you would want to take the D tackle and put him out into a hook, and then just use your guy out here. Ideally something of that nature, you can get, and then you've got pretty much all that covered in a sense, and then you can still have the blitz on the other side if you want, like that. But again, that's not going to happen as often unless you play somebody who's really slow at hiking the ball. For the most part, I wouldn't consider that, what you're going to be looking at, as we'll come out here again. So basically, then we're going to be looking then at adjustments. So that's the basic of what you can do to adjust. So what I showed before was simple concept where you can come out in this and run just the cross manning. So if you come out simply on the middle linebacker sometimes, and then you're hitting that RB, you're going to pull up, you've got X and A. So it's very simple to grab X, hit up on the right stick for man coverage, and we'll put him on A, for example. And then again, R1, hit A, up on the right stick, and you can pick here. Now, this is a nice option. If a guy runs a lot of screens on you, I would recommend at that point, the guy who, for this, put him on the running back. And this, also goes for when you're on the other, when you're doing the other setup. But this will give you 4 men rushing doing this. You're going to have good coverage, but if he hits a screen, you're going to lock that up. So if guys beating you with stuff like that, you can do that. And if the running back blocks, you're going to have him coming in for extra pressure. So that's nice to have a setup like that sometimes. You don't always have to cross all the way. But if you want, again, you can easily cross him up with Brown across the field. So it's still a good defense for that. As long as you can play good, user out here, cover a decent amount of field yourself, cut off the angles, and make picks. If he can, otherwise he'll run multi routes in the middle, and that's why you want to cross man if he's doing stuff like that. So, as it's basically what you're gonna have to do is constantly play the chess match with somebody. Now let's go out, and I want to see like in the trips formation here. So again, now we come out and we're gonna look. You'll see a lot of these trip sets. People like to run that, the bunch sets and all that. So again, I'm coming out on the base play. I base the line. See where I'm base aligning on some of those. You can already be close to the line on it. This one flipped it necessarily. We didn't want this one flipped though. For some reason, it kind of did an auto flip. Looks like. There we go. Anyhow, so you would be grabbing your guy down in here, and they're gonna have multiple layers again on these. You're gonna look at like Z-spot plays and things of that nature. So you can actually, when you set this up, you don't have to blitz off of that side. There you go, finally moving back. What you can do is you bring down the strong safety here, who you're normally blitzing. You can leave him in his purple, and then take A, put him out there on his flat. Okay, and then basically you can either come across and user any of these guys, or if you've got time again, you set up the blitz over here on the left, real easy like that. And then I would user up in the middle, for example, because that's what you're going to want. Normally going to have to take a play. What you also can do in a play like that, depending on what he's doing with his running back, again, you can just man up, the Suggs on, right here, the Suggs on that, or what you can do is man up on Fitzgerald, because he's going to have the option. He's going to have a little bit of a window down and up, and then some of the outs and stuff, and out, because people want to throw outs against cover threes a lot, and that's why you can throw these angles out here, or even man coming across to kind of help play that a little bit. Won't always get there and stuff like that, but when you're coming at a different angle, it can help. So, and especially if he's running a Z spot, also that's going to carry up and over the field anyway. So he will then at least run with them most of the way. Even if it's just the linebacker. I want fast outside linebackers, of course, in this scheme. But I'm getting by with good. You want that mixed with coverage, man coverage if you can get it also. Obviously, these guys also. So I have Sean Lee, who is getting it like 89 speed, getting it done, and then Jamie Collins on the other side. Both of those guys playing this pretty well doing that. So at that point, again, you constantly are playing the chess match up in here, but just understand, like, you have the freedom here to always, even in this scheme when we're running the 3-3-5 will part here, and the zone stuff, when you got your blitz angles out there, you can try and do it like that, and then try and come across with X, man him up, across that way, and then try to user, areas. So it all depends on what you want to get out there and what side you think you can get the blitz in from. If not, but you want to also worry about, keep in mind where he can be attacking, what route concepts out there. Sometimes, again, you can just put like a Mabel sort of situation on what end very easily, like we're saying out there. You've already got that out, then I've got the B out there, put him in that. And sometimes just having different angles on some of those guys will make a difference. So it's pretty much what you want to do on that, but just know you're going to get good pressure from either end that they're going to have to continually block the running back to pick up. And so you run your coverages off of that. It's a good sim-style scheme. It's not the best out there. It's not a full scheme that you run all the time, but it is going to be effective to mix in and then run your Tampa 2s out of it. Because a lot of people have Tampa 2 defense. Most people should at this point. Not everybody's got a really decent cover 3. I think this is a pretty good cover 3 defense. So thanks for checking this one out, guys. We'll go more gameplay here after this.